The Nova Scotia Securities Commission, along with other Canadian securities regulators, is seeking comments on proposed amendments to corporate governance disclosure requirements for public companies relating to the director nomination process, board renewal, and diversity. Specifically, we are seeking comments on proposed changes that build upon the current disclosure requirements regarding the representation of women on boards and in executive officer positions. The proposed changes recognize the importance of transparency regarding public companies' practices with respect to board and executive level diversity. They reflect Canadian Securities regulators' commitment to providing investors with the information they need to make informed investment and voting decisions. The main objectives of the proposals are to increase transparency about diversity, including diversity beyond women, on boards and in executive officer positions in public companies. Provide investors with information that enables them to better understand how diversity ties into a company's strategic decisions, and provide guidance to public companies on corporate governance practices related to board nominations, board renewal, and diversity. The CSA is seeking comment on two alternatives. Both alternatives are intended to provide enhanced information to investors to assist with their investment and voting decisions. Proposed Form A would require a company to disclose its approach to diversity in respect of the board and executive officers, but would not require disclosure in respect of any specific groups other than women. Proposed Form B would require a company to report on the representation on boards and in executive officer positions of 5 designated groups, being women, Indigenous peoples, racialized persons, persons with disabilities, and LGBTQ2SI+ persons. The key difference between proposals is that Form B mandates disclosure on historically underrepresented groups and is intended to provide statistical data that is comparable among companies. Form A, on the other hand, is based on a view that the company should determine what aspects of diversity are most beneficial in advancing its business and strategy. The proposed changes and examples of the alternative approaches can be found in the Notice and Request for Comment on amendments to Form 58101F1, Corporate Governance Disclosure of National Instruments 58101, Disclosure of Corporate Governance Practices, and proposed changes to National Policy 58201, Corporate Governance Guidelines. You can find a link to the notice below in the information section of this video, or by going to the Nova Scotia Securities Commission website at nssc.novascotia.ca. Information on how and who to send your comments to can be found in the notice. The deadline to submit comments is September 29, 2023.